Partners started out as an equine assisted learning and therapy program, and then we branched out into horse rescue. And along the way, we've evolved into really a community at the farm. We tend to take in a lot of horses that need a lot of physical as well as emotional healing. And the experience of helping them with that has turned out to be a very healing experience for the people who come here as well. So that's what we've expanded upon, and that's what our passion is all about, is bringing horses and people together. We started out just offering equine assisted learning to at-risk kids, and now we've expanded that to helping adults, families, veterans, women who have survived domestic violence and trauma, people who suffer with PTSD. We have kids on the spectrum that come out to learn about nonverbal cues and anger management and clear communication. And the more we do, the more we realize the more horses have to offer to everyone.
So what brought you to Equine Partners Unlimited?
Michelle from Love Me Like a Princess brought the kids and I here today to begin the healing process for us, and hopefully during our time here we could possibly help the horses heal as well.
Equine Partners has been my solace and a really dark place in my life for a long time. I honestly believe I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Equine Partners. And I tell everybody that I get a chance to talk to about us that. I came in when I was 15 from a pretty broken home, some bad experiences, drug-addicted father, and really felt like I'd never been listened to or heard or considered. And I came in one day for a school project. I had to do volunteer hours, and I thought, why not horses? And I met Mandy, and sometimes you just kind of click with people. And there were other people there that have since moved on that I didn't get the same vibe with, but I thought, this is a good person. And I feel like she feels like I'm an important person. And that, I think, is what was so important to me, was that I had someone willing to listen and willing to hear me and hear about my struggles, hear about what I needed, and just hear me. You know, day-to-day conversation. I wasn't cut off early because I was a young kid. I wasn't told to shut up. I wasn't told I was stupid. I was just heard. And sometimes, you know, my opinions or what I had to say wasn't always the best thing to say or the right thing to say. But since then, I mean, I've become part of Equine Partners. I feel like I've helped step up and do the same thing for other kids. I'm part of the Equine Assisted Therapy program. I give riding lessons. I mean, I teach people just how to handle horses, and I see it affect a lot of them the same way it affected me. Is someone's just taking the time out of their day to teach me something, to listen, to answer questions, just to give me a place of calm. And I don't feel like I would ever be that light in anyone else's world if I hadn't found that light first. I honestly believe, considering my family's background and my history, I'd be out on the streets being an addict just like so many others in my family. You know, I feel like I might have OD'd by now, just like my father did. You know, there's so many things that I feel like this place helped me avoid. It gave me a responsibility. It gave me a sense of pride. It gave me a lot of rewards. It gave me new friendships. It's the only place outside of my home that I feel like I can be completely myself and be okay. We had an example of that recently with one of our EAL kids that comes every Tuesday. He has been coming for the last 5 years. He's one of the first kids I worked with when I was an older teen, learning about EAL and EAP. And when this kid started out, he would, well, you were his first facilitator, but he would sit in the arena and sometimes he would shut down. Sometimes he'd walk out of the arena. I mean, there were sometimes crying fits. He didn't want to be around people or the horses. He wanted to go do his own thing. And it's just amazing to see how he's progressed, because he went from being so timid to now he's working with and helping us train one of the most timid horses in the barn, with almost no direction from us. We're just letting it flow as it comes. I mean, this is a course of 5 years, but he went from not wanting to touch a horse and being fearful to being one of the few that's willing to approach this horse and work with him. And he does it amazingly. We just let him. We saw this is what he needs. This is what the horse needs. It's a quiet person. He gets the horse. Horse gets him, and things kind of work out. And it's funny how the animals will bring that out in people. Emotions, talents, things that they didn't even know they had inside him. I mean, this kid every week seems like he surprises himself and leaves smiling, and that never used to happen.
And it's empowering for the kids, for the adults, for anybody who is in a position of connecting with an animal who is so big, and having that animal choose to be in our space. They choose to interact with us, and they base that choice upon how honest and congruent we are, what our energy level is at. And I think that's some of the driving force behind why equine assisted learning is so effective, because people want to have the people want the horse to want to be in their space. We want the horses to come to us, and we want to interact with them. We want to pet them. And if you're trying to do that and the horse is running away from you, then that leads to the question, what can I do differently? What am I doing to cause this? And that's where the self-awareness really
Or just what am I feeling
starts.
sometimes? What am I feeling, and where is it coming from?
Well, when I first started, helping the horses was so fulfilling, but as I continued to be here, I noticed how peaceful and how I felt like it was starting to heal me, that it was reaching deep parts within myself that I started coming to peace with. I started bringing my son, who loves animals but wasn't real crazy about horses, and he has a newfound love for horses. He comes with me all the time. He's an adult. I've started bringing my grandchildren, and it's helped tremendously. It's brought us more of a family unit, and I think I'm going to spread it to more generations and newfound love.
Did you have the experience with horses before you came here?
I've always had a love for horses my entire life. Had always wanted one. Had ridden them, family had them, but until I came here, I never had any experience. In 3 months, I've learned so much. And with everybody here and all the knowledge combined, and Mandy that runs the place, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I've learned so much. And I'm not real sure what I would have done without this place. I mean, it's like it came at the right time in my life.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Wells, and I'm CEO at Love Me Like a Princess. Our mission is to empower survivors of domestic violence by thinking outside the box. I recently was introduced to Equine Partners, and I was truly impressed by all the works this nonprofit is doing. For an agency to go outside and rescue abused horses and rehabilitate them into therapy horses is truly amazing. I asked Equine Partners to help our agency provide a safe place for survivors of domestic violence to live. Buying this farm will provide a safe place for not only horses, but women and children. This is truly a collaboration, and it's not empowering one or two